What Matthew has said is very profound. This man that is standing here is the father of the Pentecostal movement in East Africa.
As I got born again, I will give you some little testimony so that you may now understand why I am whom I am. I was born poor. I did not become poor in a process. I was born so. My mother passed away at the age of, I was only 14, with 3 other children behind me and I being the eldest. I was forced to leave school. At the age of 16, I ran away from home and I found myself in Mombasa. At the age of 20, I had been to prison or remand police in and out 8 times. I'd become a drug addict, a drunkard, and 3 times I tried to commit suicide because there was no reason for me to live, having left in primary 6. Then before I killed myself, I heard there was a preacher in Mombasa from America called T.L. Osborne, and he had come to preach. I was very sick in Coast General Hospital, and those days the Africans were not regarded as doctors. There was no black doctor. They were all white. I was taken there and left there to die. And one time, 3 born-again women took Tendereza, who used to dress really long. Their dresses right down to the feet here, and you couldn't see their necks, not like today. They said, this boy is saying Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. This boy is dying. They were going to pick somebody from Changamwe near Mombasa in an ambulance. They said, this boy is saying Jesus, Jesus. Why don't we take him there where this American evangelist is healing people? They put me in an ambulance. They stole me from the hospital bed, put me in an ambulance and left me there to die. At that crusade, there were over 30,000 people. They left me at the end of the crusade, at the end of the crowd. And this American evangelist, T.L. Osborne, if he had been preaching like today, clever preaching, 4 keys to salvation, 6 steps to salvation, I would have died before he went to step number 4. But he never went to steps. He came like this: Jesus Christ, the same yesterday, today, and forever. Amazingly. Call upon his name. Just say Jesus. Even if you don't know how to pray, say Jesus. And I said, I'm going to die well. When I said Jesus, Jesus, I said 7 times. At the end of the crowd of 30,000, my friends, I didn't die. I'm here to prove it. When the doctor woke up the following day and found my bed was empty, he didn't ask where I was because he believed the body must be in the mortuary. Then 2 weeks later, I walked there and I walked to his office. And he stood up and says, but you are dead. I said, yes. Dead to sin, living for Jesus now. Why am I giving this testimony? So that it might not be just theory, great preacher. No. I preach what I live. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. And the truth is a person. The truth is not a theory. The truth is a person. That person is Jesus Christ. One day Jesus prayed like this: Father, I pray that they may know you, the only true living God, and me, Jesus Christ, whom you have sent. Knowing him is the answer to life. Knowing him is the answer to every question. Knowing him is the wisest thing. Knowing him is the highest education. Knowing him is the highest wealth. Knowing him is the highest riches. You know him, you know everything that need to be known, because all things were made by him, and without him nothing was made that was made. Here I am. After that I was called to preach the gospel. When I went back home to Nyamira, Kisii, where I was born, I hope there's some Bagusi here, very hard-headed people. You see, at the age of 7, I was taken to SDA school, and all I heard was Sabbath, 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 Sabbath. Then another school sprang up near my home, Roman Catholic. Then I began to hear Mary, 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 Mary. Then I was taken to Pentecostal Assemblies of Canada School. Then I found Hallelujah, Hallelujah, Hallelujah. So by the time I left, I was totally confused about religion. Which was which? Sabbath, Mary, Hallelujah. Now, what is this? No one told me Jesus until T.L. Osborne revealed him. Him, not about him, but him. Then I came home. I went home to Kisii after 7 years of absence without even writing a letter. And they told me, we hear you are making noise on the streets like a madman preaching. Yes. They took me out with my Bible and threw me out of the home. We hear you have gone against our gods, our fathers' gods. We hear you say we are all sinners because we sacrifice. They threw me out of the home, and it was raining. And Kisii is the home of rain. When it begins to rain, it really rains. They threw me, my Bible out, and my small suitcase out. I was rejected because of the Bible. And since I was rejected, God took me over. I'm so happy today to stand before you. At the age of 81, there's nothing I haven't heard or seen. Only the things of God. Having finished primary 6 only and failed completely. Completely failed. Primary 6. I never saw the inside of a secondary school. Not even the gate going to a school, secondary school. But when I discovered this book they call the Bible, I began to read it. I began to memorize it. People give money, they call it seed, they call it wealth. And I didn't have anything to give. I gave myself. I gave my life to him. I said, Lord, I was born stupid. I was born poor. I can't catch things. Bangi has pulled my head, but thank you for healing me. And everything I read, I retained. I retained 75% of what I read. When he called me to go to preach, I said, yes, Lord. But what shall I preach? Preach me. I am the truth. Ladies and gentlemen, saints, hear this. Once you know the truth, you don't need to know anybody. You are the wisest. And the truth is a person, Jesus.